Real life, real news. This is today's TMJ4 with Bill Taylor, Ann Valentine, and the night team.
We were here 10 minutes and the place was busted.
How were we supposed to know it was illegal?
Police say it's the most arrests ever made in one night in Milwaukee, and it happened at an all-night dance. Good evening, everyone. There were nearly 1,000 young people inside when police charged in last night.
And it's not over. Some of those taken into custody are still being processed at the Police Administration Building tonight. The young people were at a rave. The dances have been a hot trend on the East and West Coast. And now they've come to Milwaukee. As Owen May reports, police are concerned because they say they're unregulated and unsafe.
$325 to go to a Halloween party. It's not worth it.
It was a fright night party these young people, ravers as many call themselves, will be remembering for a long, long time. 900 ravers were issued citations for $325. Surely something to rave about. The offense? Aiding and abetting the consumption of alcohol in an unlicensed public setting. The public setting being this warehouse structure on the near south side.
We did find evidence of plastic cups with beer spilling out.
A little bit of beer at a big, big party leads to this great big bust. At first blush, it seems a little far-fetched.
We didn't know that this was any sort of something illegal. We were invited to a dance party. We showed up.
But there was more to the crackdown than some partygoers acknowledged, like the pound and a half of marijuana police say they confiscated, and the 81 pocket-sized canisters of nitrous oxide, a mild anesthetic we also know as laughing gas. But the city's case against the ravers may really hinge on this. It's a fire exit measuring about 2 feet across. Now, the city claims most of these exits were effectively blocked, with as many as 1,000 people inside.
And had there been a fire at the exit point, those individuals would not have been able to get out. We've seen too many disasters in this country to allow an event like this to go on.
It's a concern I'm glad the police department has. I think it's a flimsy excuse for their activities.
Attorney Pete Musante, a former police officer, his 22-year-old daughter Melissa was among those arrested last night. She and he feel the party was well policed by its own security, and that alcohol and drugs were, in theory at least, forbidden. And as for panic in the event of a fire...
Yes, but I've also heard of cases when people have panicked in situations like last night when the cops came in with their guns drawn.
I am concerned that it strikes me that the whole thing is set up to prosecute a couple of people. And if they knew that this was going on in a place that was unsafe for fire, you know, I mean, they put my daughter and they put a lot of other people in jeopardy just to make a statement and break this thing up. And that's sick.
Musante says he'll be in court with his daughter as she fights that $325 citation. And they just may have company. For the night team, Owen May, today's TMJ4.
Now, the organizers of the rave are in jail tonight. The 2 men and 2 women go before the city attorney on the alcohol charges tomorrow. There could also be criminal charges in connection with the discovery of drugs on the premises. Milwaukee police say what has them so concerned are scenes like these. 2 years ago, an arson fire killed 87 people at a packed social club in New York. Some of the victims were killed by thick smoke, but many were merely trampled to death. And
Members of the Holy Name Church in Sheboygan heard from...
The Milwaukee cops were showing up at Rave, pulling off a raid, and up a good time. You guys never seem to fail.
Police don't think kids will be raving again in Milwaukee warehouses for a very long time.
Police arrested 4 organizers. They also confiscated marijuana, pipes, pills, and small canisters of nitrous oxide or laughing gas. Police say the canisters were being sold for $10 each at the party. On our news tomorrow night, we'll show you more about these underground parties.
Myra, police charging into a darkened area with strobe lights flashing. Was there panicking going on inside? People rushing to get out?
Actually, it's surprising, but no, the police were so quick that they said everyone was cooperating completely.
Look forward to more tomorrow. Thanks. Vince?
Now to politics. Milwaukee say they're sorry that things got out of hand. 3 men and a woman pleaded no contest to charges stemming from an illegal warehouse party that was raided by Milwaukee police early Sunday morning. More than 900 partygoers were cited. The party is known as a rave. Police say they found drugs there, and cramming that many folks in a warehouse was a serious fire hazard.
We'd just like to say that we're sorry that what happened happened. We just wanted to have a peaceful, fun, non-alcoholic event.
The organizers of the Rave say they will not have another party in Milwaukee. Each of them, by the way, was fined $3,000. And TV6 News has been investigating raving, as it is called, for several weeks now, and we'll tell you more about it in our news tonight at 10 o'clock. You know, it could have been
about the Milwaukee police raid on a huge underground party called a Rave yesterday. Today, the organizers of that party pleaded no contest to charges stemming from that event. More than 900 partygoers were cited and close to 200 arrested. The city attorney said officials are concerned about drugs found and the fact that the party was at a warehouse. That could be a fire trap. The organizers were fined $3,000 each and had to publicly apologize.
We're very sorry. We will no longer be doing raves. This has been the grave of rave.
Well, raves may be dead in Milwaukee for the time being, but they've been very much alive for a long time.
Perhaps you, like us, may have been surprised to even hear of their existence of these parties. Photojournalist Scott Curdy and reporter Myra Sanchik, though, have been investigating this underground network, and they take us undercover to a rave.
Drop Bass Network presents The Tempest, a techno-pagan ritual.
That's the voice of a secret rave hotline. These are pictures of that ritual, pictures you're not supposed to see. We took them with a hidden camera. If you haven't heard of raves before, it's because you're not supposed to. They're underground parties that have been going on in Milwaukee warehouses for the past year.
A rave is generally a party of people don't know it's happening until the night it's happening.
That secrecy is part of the appeal. But how do hundreds of kids find out where to go? Well, it's sort of like a scavenger hunt. Someone has to give you the secret phone number. A recording tells you where to buy tickets, which cost $10 a piece. This night, 2 weeks ago, I bought them at a local clothing store.
All right, I've got 2 tickets now to the Tempest, a techno-pagan ritual, but that's not good enough. I still don't know where the party is, so I have to call yet another number on the ticket to find out where to go to get a map.
Maps were being handed out at the Avalon Theater.
Now I've got the map.
It led us to this warehouse on the near south side. You can see a steady stream of partygoers heading up to the 5th floor. Inside, it was dark. There were light shows, lots of loud music and dancing. Drugs? Yes, some. We saw kids gathered around, inhaling from large canisters of nitrous oxide, laughing gas. There were 1,400 people at this party, and it lasted until 7 a.m. This rave organizer didn't want to be identified.
If I can provide a facet for people to go, have fun, dance, be off the streets, be with friends, associate with people they know, and have a good time, I'm all for it.
So what's the problem? This. Old warehouses are fire traps. 100 people were killed in a fire at this after-hours club in New York last year, and officials say it could happen here. The day after this rave, we confronted the owner of the warehouse.
What did you think was going on here?
There were some people that rented the 5th floor for a weekend, what they call a video shoot. That they do background videos for MTV and...
There was no background MTV video, just underground rave. Myra Sanchik, TV6 News, Milwaukee.
And our undercover camera. Alcohol is not big at a rave, but what's called smart drinks are. Now, these are drinks laced with energy boosters, the kind that weightlifters use. It's meant to help the people at the party all night long. Rave events do have their own security guards.